Hey, it's Lisa here with a love note for January 6th. And right about now, I am kicking myself in the ass for not getting on super early and doing the very uplifting, supportive, personally encouraging love note that came through from my guides this morning before the shit show happened in the US Capitol. So I wasn't able to do that. I actually ended up at the chiropractor. I've been having some crazy neck pain stuff going on. So I had to go get that taken care of. In the meantime, wild things have been going on. And to come on and talk about love and spiritual possibility without even mentioning the elephant in the room seemed like, kind of a waste of time. So I went in and checked in with my guides right before I got on this video and decided I think I'm just going to read what they had to say about kind of the current state of situations. For some of you, you're going to be like, oh shit, this is like the last thing I want to hear. All I'm asking is that you keep an open mind to this. I'm trying really hard to keep an open mind to what's going on. It reminds me of a time when my dad was really sick with acute pancreatitis in the hospital, and we thought he was dying, and I didn't know what to pray for. I didn't know if it was better to pray for him to have an easy and safe passing, or if it was better to pray for him to have a complete healing. I didn't know. So I remember just praying for a most benevolent outcome, because I didn't know what was best. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind as I'm looking at our political situation right now. And this is a girl, my background's in politics. I spent 12 years in DC and have a lot of friends who still work on Capitol Hill, or their spouses or significant others, their family, their children are there. So my heart is going out to, and I'm really thinking about all the folks in the Capitol right now. And I also have a lot of friends that think one person or another is either devil spawn or the great savior of humanity, and there's a whole lot of people I know that are like caught in the crosshairs in the middle, caught in the crossfire. So I'm just going to share what my guides had to say about all this, because I just figured they know better than I do. So what they said is, and I'm sorry to report this, but that 2021 is a continuation of 2020. That things will continue to seem like they are falling apart, and in some ways they are, because they need to do so. They said systems will crumble, including aspects of your political system in the US. This will be necessary to create a system that works better for and better represents all people. A shift to 5D can't support systems and institutions created to enforce and maintain a 3D perspective. New 5D systems based in 5D values and frequencies and energies will be necessary. While your 3D perspectives might feel challenged to envision that, trust that it will be an improvement, but growing pains will definitely be felt. What is playing out on the political front is bigger, with far more players than you currently realize. More will come to light soon. The personal key is to not get sucked in to and energetically consumed by the drama and lower energies. You are all triggered right now on one side or the other, or caught in the crossfire. Don't get stuck there. Don't let the quicksand of the lower vibrations pull you under. Remember your energetic protection. We talked about that yesterday. Remember to breathe. Many of us are probably feeling like we're holding our breath. Remember to breathe. That is your path through this energetic turmoil. Remember gratitude and love and a positive vision for the future. Let that positive vision for you and for your country draw you forward, rather than the drama of the present and past sucking you under. So that's what they had to share about just current situations. There's a whole lot going on right now, and apparently it's bigger than we realize, and more will come to light soon. Our opportunity is to not get caught up in it. We can have sacred rage, we can have anger and feel that, and also not lose sight of that there is a brighter future that we can envision and move forward. And then I actually want to bring in the first message that they had this morning, which seems like a nice segue. It was actually about timelines and about picking the highest version for ourselves, but also the highest version and highest possibility, I think, for our nation as well. We have that opportunity to envision that. So what they said on the more personal front, and again, I'm just going to read this, is the idea that you are enough, exactly as you are. You are enough to love and to be loved. You are enough to teach and to learn. You are enough to strive and to succeed. You are enough to grow and to unfold. You are enough to choose to step into the highest version of yourself. Align with it, envision it, feel it, choose it, and let go of all that pulls you away from it. Go live it. When you operate from your highest self, you also align with your highest, best potential timeline for living, loving, and serving in, with clearest alignment with your divine purpose and spiritual potential. You are enough. Choose the highest version of you. You are worthy to live the magical life that will unfold for you. Everyone's magic is different. The opportunity is to fully choose that which is yours. You're enough. Your magic might look like weird to somebody else, and that's totally okay. But this idea of choosing the highest version of yourself, I think, is really important. You know, when I used to teach in the prisons, I had 3 rules. You know, we had syllabus and everything that had all these rules in it. I honestly kind of threw all that out. And I had 3 rules for my prison students. Number 1 was to be respectful of each other. I didn't even worry about them being respectful of me. I wanted them to be respectful of each other, and that to know that I would be respectful to them. As a result, they respected me. I mean, that wasn't an issue. Number 2 was no dumbassery. I just wasn't going to put up with any dumbassery, and they all knew exactly what that meant. But the 3rd rule was to bring their best selves to class. And for many, they didn't know, they had never pondered what their best self was. And that was the rule that kind of threw them and got them thinking. But the idea of bringing your best self to class isn't all that different from envisioning the highest version of yourself, the highest version of you that's most closely aligned and related to your soul, and choosing to step into that and live from that space. As more of us do that, all this turmoil that we're experiencing kind of goes away because it all becomes irrelevant. As more of us can choose to even envision what our best self is and to walk in those shoes, even if it feels uncomfortable and weird and kind of chaotic at first, the more we do that, the more we can move toward this 5D kind of perspective with greater ease and greater grace, a place where unconditional love and a sense of togetherness actually can be the driving force and what we're living and experiencing, rather than all the division and chaos that we're seeing around us now. So what is your highest self? What's that look like? What do you want that to be? Whatever it is, know that you are enough and you are worthy of it. And this is just my encouragement for all of us to figure out what that is for us and to have the courage and the willingness to step into it. I love you all very much. And we're going to get through all of this. Stuff might get a little bit more chaotic before it gets better. It's growing pains. Our nation's been through them before. We will undoubtedly, we're going through them now. It will get better. But we all just need to take a big collective deep breath for our own sake and for the sake of others, a big collective deep breath, and move forward from a space of hopefully gratitude and love and a vision for a more positive future. Have a wonderful night.